on these issues.
Mr. Spataro.
Mr. Smith, you mentioned that you'd be adverse to it if it was Lakeville or Rochester, but I didn't hear you mention some of the cities, like if it was in Taunton or New Bedford. Or do you feel differently about the placement of a casino in a city versus a more rural area?
I personally, because SRPEDD doesn't really have a position, I think that the regional economic spin-off benefits might be greater if the casino were in a city on a personal level, yes. And I am not particularly I don't particularly think that casinos are the best model for regional economic development. But having said that, it hasn't been a position where we've been asked to make a choice between Middleboro or one of the surrounding cities. Obviously, given the footprint of what's proposed here, that isn't going to fit in a city. And the large resort, Mohegan Sun, Foxwoods type casino is not going to work in a city. But I think in terms of some of the impacts, there will be significant housing issues for the workers associated with the casino that Middleboro is not going to be able to meet. The workers for the casino are likely to be living in Brockton and Taunton and New Bedford and Fall River, where there's more plentiful housing supply. So in that sense, the cities will get some of those impacts and the kids in the school related to that. But there are different ways of looking at it.
Madam Chairman, go ahead. We constantly get unfunded state mandates. With all the members that communities that you have, the financial dire straits that everybody's in. We don't have IBM or somebody coming in and saying they want to put their corporate headquarters in town. We're trying to drive our own destiny with an economic engine that's been presented to us. The newspaper is the reason that I asked, and the other members voted to have you come in, is because some of the comments that are attributed to you that are in the paper sound exactly the opposite, that you're anti-casino for Middleboro, and so we wanted to kind of hear it firsthand from your own lips.
Well, I did read that a commentary written by a former member of this board claimed that I was in favor of a casino in New Bedford as opposed to Middleboro, and that just wasn't true. That question never came up. He made the point that I would be supporting it in in New Bedford and opposing it in Middleboro. The impact of a development of this sort has major regional impacts, and our role really doesn't change. I mean, wherever the casino is, it's going to have traffic impacts that go beyond the municipal boundary. And the way the process is set up, particularly with the Native American casinos, there is no voice for the surrounding towns. So I think it's very appropriate for SRPEDD to try to speak on their behalf in terms of how these issues affect them, whether it's located in Middleboro or anywhere else.
Okay.